loved me until we was in that courtroom getting that divorce. So the emotional love, it changes, but real love, it don't. So that's why I don't emphasize nothing about love, because just because that man get up every day and go to work and make sure you got what you need, that's love.
But what if he come home and he don't tell me that I'm beautiful or that he love me? Like he ain't heavy on the love, I love yous, or he ain't heavy on the you're gorgeous. Like he ain't heavy on the making plans and being romantic. Like women need that stuff too, other than just,
They do need that, but I hope you marry a whole woman that already got that. A whole woman already knows she's beautiful. A whole woman already knows she loves, just like my girl Mary J. say, "Good morning, gorgeous." You better have some self-esteem in this thing, because if you ain't got no self-esteem, ain't no man in this world gonna be able to build you up. And then if you got a relationship with God, the Bible say Christ, he loved us. He died even though we was yet sinners. Work on that type of love. If you get that type of love, you won't need a nigga to tell you he loved you.
But every woman still wants that.
Yeah, you want it. But I'm saying you have to build on self-esteem. Self-love is the first and most important part. Because I don't care if when a woman tell me she love me, it don't mean that much to me. Because I say, I hear what you say, but I watch what you do.
Right. Okay. And I understand it, but I'm just saying, women like to be told that, and some women are not as whole as they would like to be. So as whole as they should be. So they will require even extra on the telling, like I read one time that Halle Berry, she liked to be, told she was beautiful all the time. And we know how beautiful she is, but obviously she may have had some insecurities. So I'm just saying sometimes men don't, they fall short in that area. They may be a great provider, but then the emotional part, they're not tapped into that. You ain't never told your girl stay pretty or nothing like that. So like my self-esteem always been on 120, but I can't say that for your other girls. So maybe some of that could be daddy issues. Daddy didn't affirm some things, so then now they falling short in those areas. Now me, the dope boys gave me my self-esteem, so I know you don't like them, but they did. They was the ones telling me how cute and fine I was, because daddy didn't do that. Now daddy did everything else, but he didn't do the affirming portion, because that's not his strong area. So when that's not his strong area, that's just not his strong area. It wasn't his strong area for his kids. It wasn't his strong area for his wives neither. So then they will have to understand he's not that guy that's going to be telling you that all the time. So, but when you ever going to get out of that?
No, I am who I am. So that's what I'm saying. You should marry people who give you whatever you need. If you need a whole lot of that, you probably need to get you a Negro who gonna give you all that.
Because you ain't gonna do that.
It ain't coming from me.
But do you realize that about yourself?
I know that.
Do you tell women that, or you just let them find out the hard way?
I'll tell you, hey, I've told people that, then you need to change. Well, wait a minute. I can tell you about a whole bunch of stuff that need to change that I'm putting up with.
No, we just talking about you.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't go there. I don't go there. I don't fool with that, because I'm saying you take the person for who they are. Now, if you want to make a person something, that's different. Now, women have a problem trying to make men who they are. No, marry the man who you want, but don't try to make the man you want, because you can't raise grown folks.
That's right. But what about because the relationship, you're going to be growing and working on different things. So if you know that, hey, I fall short in this area, are you not willing to work on those things, or do that make a man feel some kind of way? You just want to just stay how you is, and the lady just be good with however you are.
As I said, marry the people you need. I mean, whatever the things that you need, make sure you marry them with it. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm a strong provider, but I'm not one that gonna affirm your beauty. Mm-hmm. But you need that.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you got to marry somebody.
Maybe you're gonna give up on the provision. You're gonna give up on something on the provision wise, but you're gonna go get a confirmer,
right?
Affirmer. That's your job as a person. You know what? I need whatever I need in my marriage. Go marry them, but don't try to make them. Because basically when you meet the man, you pretty much meet the man. You can't make the man, you meet him. So if he ain't there, don't worry about it. Go marry you one that is. Because I'm saying you will never find a complete one. You'll never find a perfect one. So you can have all the things that you desire the man you want. But none of them going to have everything you need. That's why you need God in your life. Because he got everything you need.
Yeah, well, he ain't gonna have what I need at night sometimes.
Hey, yeah, he do. Yeah, he do.
How I'm get?
Go to sleep and wake up one day. You be like, how that happen? God had
That happen when you get old.
You got to be old. So I'm telling you now, you got to be old. No, you don't.
But the reality is that yes, spiritually, but like everybody wants someone to hold at night and wants. Usually, people want partners and they don't want to die alone.
Now, as I say, you married a man that you have needs, whatever that is. Like you said, you need affirmations about who you are and how you look. Marry him. Just go marry him. But I guarantee you, he probably ain't gonna have all the other stuff. It's some stuff he ain't gonna have. He may have a issue where he said, "Always you're beautiful," but he telling 10 other women they're beautiful too. So all y'all beautiful.
Well, usually guys that are heavy on affirmations, they do that.
That's what they do.
They're open with their.
That's what they do.
But they're comfortable doing that.
Right.
You know, they don't mind giving a compliment.
And everybody they meet is beautiful. Y'all can share that beauty.
But some people, I mean, some people do need that more than others. And then some people just want to hear it every now and then, and then and people just don't even want to do that. It just depends on the person and where they come from. Like I said, for instance, even with me, because Mama used to always say, "You don't tell no man that he look good" and stuff like that. So I learned to do that. I learned not to do that. So I was like the opposite. Like I was the girl. The same as the guy that don't give compliments. I used to be the girl that didn't need them only because that was something that was taught to me. But then like my auntie Velda, she always told guys that they was handsome and stuff like that. So I didn't understand like, well, which one do you do? I ain't know which one you supposed to do. So as I got older, then for me, I'm comfortable doing it. I'm not extra on it, but I'm okay giving out those compliments now that I know that it's okay. But I feel like some guys should be the same way. Maybe they're not. Maybe you didn't come up, being a farmer or something like that. But then, like you, if you have girls, then you should know that sometimes I got to tell them they look cute, they look nice, they beautiful, just to affirm them. Or with my wife, I have to sometimes just give them that just because they women and they want it or they need it sometimes.
A lot of stuff I need too. But unfortunately, it ain't gonna be coming.
But that's what you do with conversations, right? That's what you and your partner have those conversations to learn what each other need and give it to them.
God ain't never make us incomplete. Everything the scripture says that we're complete in Him. I believe that, and I believe everything I need from can come from Him. What if man don't give it to me? God got it. So I'm complete in Him. So I trust what the Word says. So if I need affirmation, confirmation about who I am, I'm very secure in myself. But my wife didn't have to tell me that. I already know who I am in God.
But that's you. I'm saying, like, what if the person or your partner isn't, though?
Then she had to accept me for what I am. And I'm saying you don't marry a person who don't have. If you need affirmation and confirmation, marry that person. Don't try to make that person. Marry them. Then you ain't got it because that's who they are. That's who they are. They gonna wake up every day and tell you, "Girl, you beautiful. You beautiful." You may not go to work today, but you say you beautiful. You beautiful. Go to work and come back. You beautiful. You beautiful. You ain't gonna get everything. You can get what you want, but you ain't gonna get everything. And if that's what you need, I don't have a problem with a woman who needs to be told that. Because that's something, in my mind, something that you need. You need that because that's how you made. See, I'm saying I don't need a woman to tell me how I look or nothing. I don't need that because half the time when you tell me, I'm going to say, "What you want? What you trying to con me out of?" Now you want something. So I don't even believe all those compliments. I'm not a person that easy on the compliments because I'm saying most of the time when people are complimenting you, they're trying to get something out your pocket too. Mm-hmm. So that's me. Mm-hmm. See, some people just tell me I'm beautiful, but people tell you what they want because they want something. Mm. So I don't even buy into that. I'm like, I don't need none of that. Mm-hmm. I already know who I am.
So tell me, what do you think, like what would you tell your daughters, like when they get married, what would you tell them to be or to do to be able to maintain a happy and healthy relationship with their husband? Like, what are some of the don't do this as a wife if you want to keep your husband?
Okay, I always would tell them, do what the Bible say you are, a helpmate. Mm-hmm. He never called you anything else but a helpmate. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying you always position yourself to be a help to your husband. Mm-hmm. If you're not a help to him, then you're not even operating in a wise position. You may be doing 3 or 4 different things, but none of it helps him.
Okay.
That's you out of order because you're saying, well, I think he wants this and that, but then he can't appreciate it because none of it helps him. But you thought he needed all this other stuff that you're doing, that probably because you want him to have this and that. But if it don't help his agenda, then you're out of order with him. But it's nice. You think it's nice for him to do. So I'm saying first and foremost, you have to understand what is it that I need to bring to the table to help him.
Okay.
And they always want to say happy wife, happy life. But you better believe, you better have a happy spouse, happy house. Okay. Because if your husband ain't happy, now I guarantee the house ain't going to be happy. Because it's stuff that he would do for you if you would just be his helpmate. Because life is easy on a man when his wife is helping. Okay. But then when his wife is doing all the things she think he wants, and it's none of it he wants, then it's kind of it's stressful for him. He's providing, but he's providing saying, well, dog, I wish he would do X, Y, and Z. That would be a help to me.
Well, ain't that a conversation you could just have?
You can have it. You can have it all day. But if they don't want to do that, then because I'm saying it's easy for a wife to be a helpmate because the husband can communicate what he wants. That's easy. But then she got to turn around and make sure she put that in her heart. This nigga want to eat between 12 and 7. Okay, if he didn't say that, nothing in this world should be able to stop you from making sure because he done said it. So you can't come to him and say, well, it's 12:30, you want to eat? You can't do that because he already done told you, I want to eat at 12. So you can't say, well, I was out busy, I missed it. So of course you might not hit it every day, but you got to be consistent with that 12 to 7 stuff.
So you got to be intentional about being a helpmate.
You got to be intentional about doing the things that he wants. What's very important for him. If they're important to him, I don't care if you care nothing about it. You as his wife have to care about those things because now all the love that you say you got for him is dependent on whether you do those things. If you say, I love you, but do none of those things that he asks you to do, he don't see no love. He just see mouth talking. See, women quick to tell you about how all the love they have, but they're not quick to show you the action. See, the action is always backed up on how the man done articulated what he needs. Okay. And he says, I need, if a man was businessman, he need his shirts to go out and get starts. Man, you got to be on that job, starting them, get them shirts starts. Or all the love in the world ain't being communicated, even though you might be saying it, but you're not showing it to him because he's already done told you what's important. So that's why I'm saying, yes, to be a helpmate, you do what the scriptures say, you be a helpmate to your husband, he gonna be a happy man because he's already done articulate what he needs from you.
Okay. See, so that's what you would tell your daughter to do.
Make sure you know what your husband needs, what help he needs from you. Because that's what the scripture call you, a helpmate. He didn't call you the supervisor. Many women would tell a husband what they need. Would you need to do this? You need to. That ain't your function. He didn't call you to be a supervisor. He called you to be a help. Then many women get it twisted by telling him what he needs to be doing.
But maybe he do need to be doing what they say he need to do sometimes.
You're out of place. If you say that, okay, I need to be doing. It's just like a man trying to tell a woman what she needs to be doing. She, as a woman, should know what a woman should be doing. Shouldn't she?
Well, I suppose, yeah.
And it's the same with a man. I mean, if you got to tell your husband he got to get up and go to work, that's a problem. Somebody's out of order. If you got to tell him he needs to provide, he needs to be a protector. It's a role that the head of the household has to play, and he has to know that. If you marry him and he don't know that, that's a problem by itself. So that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about people who know their role in life. Now, when a woman telling a man what he needs to do, he don't know his role. But you can't go and tell a man who know his role. That's what I say. Ain't nobody had to tell me to take out the garbage, fix the car, pay the bill. No, you don't have to tell me that. I already know that.
Now, in regards to like bill paying and stuff, so I've been talking to you sometimes to tell you, like, in this generation, like, these guys be on a 50-50 bust down. Like, they just feel like the woman supposed to bring half of all the funds to the table. Like, where you stand on that? Like, you old school, but like, where you stand on the 50-50 versus the man being the head of the household, being able to, tote the boat, basically? Like, where you stand on that?
See, understanding the whole dynamics of society, meaning that the black man has been oppressed, held back, easy to get felonies. I understand all that dynamic. If you got a man that haven't been caught up in the rat race and have been trapped and got a felony and all that, and maybe he have a good job, because we the first last hide, first five. Okay, so we have a struggle even trying to be head of the household and be provider. Why? Because they paid people welfare, say can't have a man in the house, then we'll give you some stamps and give you a place to stay. So the whole world has been oppressing the black man and the black woman's relationship. But if you're fortunate, because you're going to be fortunate if you got a man can pay them bills. Because right now, life ain't like that. Most of the brothers can't even afford to take care of themselves. They're going to take care of a woman. So I understand the dynamic. So if you got a man that needs your 50%, and that's fine. That'll work out fine. But yet he's still the head of the household. He's still the provider. He just needs you to be a helpmate again. Okay, help him where he can. Only because the system is so oppressed that he can't do what. Life would be much easier for a brother who can take care of everything. I'm from old school. I believe a man should take care of everything.
Because why? Because Steve Harvey said that if you could birth out a kid, he didn't need her to bring nothing to the table.
Made no sense. That statement made no sense. Because a woman can't birth out a kid without some sperm. so it makes no sense. She didn't do that on her own. She needed a man to put some sperm in her. So it don't make no sense to make that stupid statement. Well, she can make one of you. Not without me. She can't. So don't even compare that. All the brother was trying to say is, look, if you is a man that got means, there's nothing wrong with asking a woman what you bringing to the table. There's nothing wrong with that statement, because any man with means want to know how you gonna contribute to me being more successful. So to ask what you bringing to the table is not an odd question. Because anybody want to know, what are you going to bring to this union? I'm just not going to be taking care of you, and you ain't doing nothing.
Well, she bring her sex and sex appeal.
Well, look, woman sex without a dick ain't going to do nothing. Believe that.
I don't know, they say that role's pretty powerful now.
Yeah, but it will never replace a man. You better believe that. You better ask some of your the doggone what they call them, homosexuals.
Well, they be figuring out now. They figured out.
They don't want a man, but they want one to look like one. Wonder why? You don't want no man, but you want your woman to look like a man. See, something wrong with that. Because if you don't want a man, you shouldn't have a dildo. You should have her looking like a man. She got tattoos on and all that foolishness. No, you want another woman? Get you another woman. But don't get you a woman trying to be a man.